So I know you also mentioned, Dr. O, that you have a few challenges, but one in particular that I remember hearing was the counselor that said no to you.
Mhm.
What was that like?
Yes. So, the amazing thing about the counselor issue was he is a pre-med counselor for all pre-med students. And so me coming in from Nigeria, I was a pre-med student because I wanted to be a doctor like my father. And I was doing well in school in all the courses I was taking. So I would go to his office and knock on the door, and he'll come out and say, "I don't have time to talk to you." And I said, "Dr. Seidenberg, I need to talk to you about pre-med school, about medical school." And he would just turn me off and say, "Go look at other options like physical therapy, pharmacy." He goes, "You can't, medical school is very competitive." So I actually took his word and I started applying to, pharmacy school and stuff. I got into pharmacy. Thank God I started pharmacy for one semester. I met a student in the pharmacy school that said, "I don't think your mind is here." I said, "Why do you say that?" He goes, you enjoy anatomy. When we did anatomy, you enjoyed it. I don't think you want. I said, "No, I don't want to be here." He goes, "Have you ever considered Howard University or the HBCUs?" I said, "No, I never heard of it." So he said, "You need to look into that." That's when I found out there were medical schools, there were HBCU medical schools, and I applied there. So when I got through undergrad and I got into medical school, the amazing thing is I got into medical school, finished medical school, and then got into residency. So I was my first year of residency, I was doing my internship at Harvard. So my name was Babajide Ogunseinde, MD, and my signature on my email was Harvard Orthopedic Surgeon resident one. So I get an email from the new counselor at Virginia Commonwealth University saying, "We are doing a retirement celebration for the former counselor, and you have been invited because you were one of the top 1% graduates of the year 1999." So I responded. And I said, respectfully, I declined. I said, because Dr. Seidenberg was very unhelpful to me to the point where he even directed me to go do pharmacy. I explained to him my disappointment. So his response was, "I'm very sorry for what you experienced at Virginia Commonwealth University, but based on the signature of your email, I can see you made it against all obstacles." And I think that was an amazing thing to say. I was doing my ER rotation at the time. I of course got emotional because it was a victory to me. For another person to say, based on your signature of your email, you made it. It was really powerful. So that's what the story behind that is, or the advice behind that is, never let anybody tell you you cannot do something. Because if somebody tells you you can't, I can guarantee you can as well find somebody that can tell you that you can do it. So never go with the negative thing. Never fill your life with negative energy. And then if you think about it, when I got into medical school, my getting into medical school was also as a result of divine intervention, as far as I'm concerned. Meeting this man that just happened to have lost his son 2 weeks before I interviewed with him, Dr. Ash, and he could have asked me any question in the world, but the question he asked me led to me becoming a physician. Who's your role model? And as cliche as that may sound, my role model it's always been the same answer for me. It's my father. He's an African man. He worked hard. He's a pediatrician, took care of all of us, and my mom. So when I started talking about him, I got very emotional. And, he just lost his son. He walked up to me, let me like really cry for about 10 minutes, and then walked up to me and said the best phrase I've ever heard in my life, which is, "Don't cry, my son. We will take you here at Howard University." And for a man to say that to a stranger was amazing.
And you were a kid at the
And I
time
was a
too.
kid at the
So
time.
you, I'm sure,
Oh yeah, I was
through all the
20.
challenges, you needed to hear
I
something.
needed that. My parents were not here. All my family was away. I was by myself because my mom and my dad lived in Nigeria at the time. My sisters live in England. Nobody in my family had ever been to the United States before. So I was really just, it was like I was exploring a foreign land. So for this man to just do that for me, not knowing my background, just based on what he had gone through, was a huge transformation.
All it took was one question, one chance encounter, and then your life.
One question. People have told me, I've read many places where it says one positive favor in your life is worth more than 1,000 negatives. All you need in life is one person to show you that they believe in you. Your life changes. You can have 1,000 people saying you can do it, but that one person will open the door for you, will give you this opportunity, and that's what happened to me.
It's crazy how many dream killers are out there.
Many dream killers. I
Mhm.
could have easily, I mean, literally, that was my last interview. I was dejected, I was exhausted, and I could have just, now, I could have been a pharmacist. There's nothing wrong with that, but that would have not been what I wanted to do. I would have been unhappy.
It's not where your heart would.
No, and I wouldn't be here today. Like this innovation would be non-existent. You think about all the things that had to happen to get to where I am today. So I really don't take things for granted at all.
I don't think there could be any other person in the whole entire world that could have come up with this, let alone pioneer the technique with your storyline, your background, your challenges. Maybe one day, maybe in 5, 10 years,
Mhm,
someone would have created it,
mhm.
but faith, God, some chance. You're the
Yes.
only person.
Well, I'm actually releasing an ebook as well, which goes through my journey to this point. The book is called Faith and Purpose, the PML story. The and it talks about my journey from where I was born in Nigeria. It's a small town called Abeokuta in Ogun State. I was born there with three sisters and transitioned from high school, had high honors in high school. I remember a man used to come to my father's house back home and said, only if only your son could go to America, his grades would not be a waste. Because I was stuck in Nigeria at the time, never thought about coming to America. But strangers will come and say, if only your son could go to America, if only. So, and 28 years later, you look back and if only you became a real event. So it's been a journey. It's been filled with obstacles. I think you appreciate success when you have failed. If you've never failed in life, you will not appreciate success because failure makes you understand that success is like a victory. It's like you just overcame a big obstacle.
You just climbed the mountain,
So yes,
got to the
exactly.
top.
Exactly. And failure gives you wisdom, gives you endurance, gives you perspective of life. Failure makes you understand that your journey in life is your journey. Nobody can share failure with you. Failure is your problem. You just have to get up and just keep going. And that's what failure does. So failure really is if you've never failed, I'm not saying you should hope to fail, but you need to have failed in something to appreciate your success.
Easy come, easy go.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. Well, Dr. O will tell us many more stories next time.